What's up, everybody? This is Mico, and I am here with Kirby. What's up, Kirby?
What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all?
So, today, we're not going to have like that typical interview that I usually do. We're just going to talk because she was on my Dope Beverage channel maybe 2 years ago. Because I was still in Houston. So, we already had that typical interview where I asked her different things. So we're just going to talk and catch up. If you want to enjoy the ride and watch the video, she's going to drop some nuggets for you again. We can talk about, because she does production, she does food delivery. You do package delivery too, right? At times.
I'm about to jump. Yeah, I do.
She does food photography, whatever. But I am gonna reintroduce her again of how I met her, because now I got, other subscribers, new members. So, all right.
Yeah.
I remember when
2 years ago.
I remember when I just started my cloud kitchen with DoorDash and Uber Eats.
Yes. Woo!
That's how we met.
How long ago was that? Because that was
about maybe 3 years ago.
Man,
about 3 years ago.
It was about 3 years ago.
Probably. So let's see.
Ooh.
I remember when we were going back and forth, you worked as a independent contractor under DoorDash doing food photography.
Yes.
And at that time, I didn't get a photographer for Uber Eats. I had to do my own photos, but DoorDash sent out people to do the food photography for their items.
Right.
And I remember you contact me and I was giving you directions to come through the gate to the garage or whatever. Now, your opinion, I like the garage. Have you seen anything like that as a cloud kitchen in the garage?
No, but I will say one thing I know about you are very creative. Because everybody does it in their actual kitchens. In their actual kitchens in their house. But I love the garage thing because we don't, sometimes our garages are there, but we don't utilize it to our best expense. And you had everything going on. You had the little sink. You had it was like a whole
table, TV.
Table. I said, she over here facilitating that here in this garage. And it wasn't even that big of a garage, but it's enough. I was like, this is her office. Yeah. And we're gonna roll with that. And I loved it. Because one thing, I have shot at apartments before, but not inside of somebody's garage. And I love that because it was different. And you had a business going on. You had your little boxes, a whole sweatshop going on back there.
I had wallpaper on each of the walls. I had the name, Dope Beverage on the box.
Yes. And
it was nice.
What was that? It was a couple things. You didn't have it was just straight up food. I had the refrigerator, the cooler. I had the microwave. Yep.
Yeah, it was nice.
Hey, absolutely. Ain't nobody doing that one. And I wouldn't think about it.
Right. So I remember when after the fact, when you took the pictures, we kind of kept in touch, and then later down the line, you did those 2 commercials for me, so.
Yes.
And guys, if you want to go see the commercials, they are on my Dope Beverage channel. So I think it's called the 30 second and 1 minute, 2 commercials or whatever. Make sure you go check those out.
We're going to take a trip.
That was the person who did everything.
About to go take a trip down memory lane once this over.
Man. So So we have like good history together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I try to tell people, you don't realize when you meet people, you don't know if you would like need them, they'll need you.
Yep.
If you don't know. So I
Yep.
just try to tell people, network, let things be known.
Yep.
And you never know what may happen.
It's just like, I'm a big advocate for networking. I always tell people, it's like every time, it's also too like last year, going back all the way back to last year, I made it to my best. This was like one of my resolutions. I said every day I'm gonna talk to somebody. I'm just gonna say, even just like the slightest things. Hey, how you doing? I like your shoes. I like your shirt. You know, how's your day going? Just one person, because you never know what that, you never know what
You
that
never know.
thing will take you to. And I met so many people over the past few years. I've been working with DoorDash since the pandemic.
Okay.
The pandemic.
So you still do food photography for them?
I still do food photography for them. They actually not, because since we're live, it's something going on right now. It's under an NDA. But yeah, I'll tell you off camera.
Okay.
I know you won't go nowhere, but yeah, I'm still doing some stuff for them right now, and it's pretty good. I will say this: when they actually forced me to do it in the pandemic because everybody had no choice. Everybody was working from their kitchens. You couldn't have you couldn't have like an open restaurant. Everybody was closed and everything. I did do a few DoorDash shoots for them, but it was like when the pandemic happened. Oh, no, please, we need you right now, because everybody needs a photo shoot right now, because right now we're heavily relying on online ordering and all that stuff. So, and that's also too, that's when it really blew up. Like
it did.
Yeah, DoorDash, Uber, all those things. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, all those apps. That's when it really blew up, but because it was like, we all ordered stuff from it like a long time ago, but when it really blew up, it was. But yeah, I would just say this. I mean, jumping back to working with DoorDash, out of all the apps, this has been an amazing journey. I met so many people. I met so many amazing people along the way, and I'm thankful to God that I still do this to this day, because I'm still meeting people every day. Every day. And even too, when you're out there, when you're like DoorDashing and you're delivering food and stuff like that, like even too, I just befriended a DoorDasher like 2 weeks ago. Cause
what did you do?
I was hungry. I was ordering food to the house, and then like actually I was at my friend's house and I went to go pick up the food, and this was like around, I want to say Christmas time. I believe it was last month. It was around Christmas. And I ordered like a big, I ordered some tacos and stuff like that, veggie tacos. And I walked outside, and the guy was like super friendly. He's an older guy, very older guy. I noticed about a lot of 70-year-olds, a lot of 80-year-olds too that do DoorDash. And that makes me smile, because it's just like, I get it. Like, I get it. You got to do what you got to do. You know, even my dad, like, he's about to go dash in like another hour. So, but it was so funny because like I walked outside, he just walked out, gave me his food. And this is also too going back to like meeting new people every day. He asked me how I was doing.
Aww.
My friendly self. We were outside for 20 minutes talking, and I befriended him. And then now it's just like a whole dash, That's all what it is. So
wow.
And it's like I say, it's just amazing who you run into. And I'm definitely thankful for meeting you and everybody else along the way. And this wasn't even just taking photos. This was just like, I'm just hungry. I need something to eat. So one of my biggest things I always say, network, talk to somebody, because you never know who you're going to run into.
Yep.
Yes. And
well, I know you brought up the vegan tacos. So I know it's a lot of viewers maybe watching this. Some people go vegan because of their nutrition. They have to, because their diet changed. They may, have like some sort of disease, or they just want to lose weight or whatever it is. How long have you been vegan, and is it 100%, or is it just the food part of it, or everything? And like, do you still get people who like kind of look down on you like, oh, you vegan,
So I'm gonna jump into that in a little bit. I went vegan back in this is too funny. I went vegetarian, because it's a process.
Okay.
I always tell people you cannot go vegan overnight. People say that they vegan overnight. You're not vegan overnight. You're not. I became vegetarian around, it wasn't 2006. I'm trying to remember. It was like around 2014, 2015 or whatever. Then I finally it was 2016 when I went vegan. I went vegetarian like 2 years prior to that, because it was around like my friend was turning 50 years old and she wanted to go vegetarian for like 30 days. And I'm still eating meat. Like, my favorite thing to eat back then was chicken tenders, chicken, mac and
nuggets,
cheese, nuggets. That's me. I'm basic. I'll go to a all-star fine dining restaurant. I'll just order chicken tenders. That's how I was. I was that person with my drink, with my Sprite or my water. I'm good. But that was me. And I said, if I was to ever go vegan or vegetarian, the last thing I'll give up is mac and cheese and chicken tenders. But we went 30 days with no meat for my friend's 50th birthday party, because she said she wanted to lose some weight. I was like, that was the hardest thing that I ever had to do. I was dying out there in the streets because I didn't know what I was going to do. But the second round, I said, you know what? I'm going to try it again. And then I kept going, and I never stopped. And I started studying. I did a lot of researching, though, because I'm a reader. I love to research online. Sometimes when I get in my bed, I'm on my phone. I'm just reading. Just steady reading. I'm watching some YouTube videos too. I'm watching TikTok videos, but I'm also reading, learning about different things and chemicals and all this other stuff. And then that's what I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to do more of a vegan lifestyle, but I'm not gonna call myself vegan yet, because I didn't call myself vegan that next following year, even though I was eating like a vegan. But also too, I realized I had to get rid of some hair products. I had to get rid of some toothpaste. So that's the part where a lot of people don't understand that you cannot go vegan overnight.
And it's not just the food.
It's not just the food. It's a lifestyle. It's what you're putting in your hair. It's what you're putting on your teeth every morning. Your soaps. Like, I had to get rid of a lot of soaps. And I didn't realize they use animal price. It's crazy. That fact, it makes me want to start a YouTube channel. Just strictly about that, but that's a whole nother story. I'm not ready for that.
You should. You should. But this is the thing. So I'm a fan of Dove. So like, I use a lot of their products because it helps my skin. At times I have breakouts with eczema. So I have to use their products. I tried to switch over and use other products, and then I just start itching again. So it could be a brand thing, but it actually helps my skin. So unfortunately I have to do like 3 or 4 days of DoorDash just to buy a pack of soap. But
that's all right. But
but do you use like Dove products, or no? You can't.
No,
you can't. Okay.
There's a special soap that I buy from a friend, but also too, I love the piece, and I'm not gonna say her name. I hope she's okay. She don't come across this. So I went to Africa in the summer for like a photo shoot. Also too, I met this guy through DoorDash. This guy shipped me to Africa to follow him and we might have to do a part 2. Okay.
I got you.
So I befriended him on a DoorDash shoot. Same thing like you. Next thing you know, we became good friends. We became really good friends. So I met his wife and his son and everything, and he invited me to his house. He actually lived like a neighborhood over from me, which is totally weird. But he was like, hey, he lives in Katy, but he was like, hey, you know, I'm getting ready to do, again, like what we're doing right now. I'm about to do a podcast, you know, podcast, YouTube, about his city, because he lives in Morocco. He's from Morocco, but the name of the name of his thing is called Destination Morocco, and pretty much just to bring more tourism to Morocco. And a part of it, he was doing like podcasts with different people in Morocco, and he invited me to come with him out there. And when I tell you, that's the part about DoorDash. It's that connecting thing. He flew me out to Africa. I was supposed to be there for 2 months, but I stayed there for like a whole month.
Yeah, I was trying to get in touch with you.
Yeah, I was.
You wouldn't return my calls.
Yes, I was in Africa, and then also too, something happened with my phone, and then I paid for $50 for a global access, and now I'm on T-Mobile for like I don't know how many hours trying to connect my phone to their towers out there. It was crazy. So. But yes, but I'm kind of like jumping to that one too. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like jumping the story. But yeah, with him, I met him through DoorDash, and we befriended each other because he wanted to do a podcast too. So I thought that was cool, but that was like another connection as well. But what are we talking about? Going back to the vegan.
So. Now, we went out to eat a few times. Do you actually? Speaking of, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
That vegan chicken place that was right there on Mason.
They closed down without a notice.
Really?
You know, he was on Shark Tank.
Right. I mentioned that to you.
I knew, but I don't talk bad about people, but I had a feeling it was going to happen because he was moving a little bit too fast.
He was. And I even mentioned that. I was like, how you have like all these locations and that they even said that. They were like, yeah, you have too many investors, too many locations. You need to slow down. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what they were saying. And I agree. I mean, every time I walked into that place, it wasn't that busy.
It wasn't. Even I never been to because Katie was the closest one. But every time I went in there, it was never busy. But also, too, what I didn't like, it took a long time to make that food. But also, too, he was moving a little bit too fast. He had, places in Texas. Now you have one in Nevada. You got one in San Antonio, Dallas. Like, you all over the place. And I get it. The Shark Tank people was right. Next thing you know, I was about to go there. I went there one night because I wanted a vegan chicken wrap. I was just craving the vegan chicken wrap. And I went over there. I'm sitting here at the window for like 10 minutes looking stupid. Looking at the drive-thru, looking stupid.
And there's nobody there.
Nobody there. I drove around. I looked in the window, doing one of these numbers. I said, somebody. Then I drove around again. I saw a for sale police sign at the window. I said, what is this? Then I went around. Like, what happened to my favorite? What happened to Project Toyo?
Wow.
Yay. So that was the story behind that one. Their Shark Tank people was right because they did close down. Even the other location closed down without a notice.
So now he got to pay all these people their money back.
Hope you don't flee to Africa.
Yeah, that's the only thing about having investors.
Yeah.
You can't just get their money and then say, oh yeah, by the way, we just didn't make it. And then we had to close up shop. They want their return. They want their money back.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was telling that's why I always be telling like some of the people that I work with too. I understand you want to build another location, but do you have the money for it? Because it ain't easy building. You got your one location, but how much money you're making off of it in order to jump off to the next boat? Right. You can't do that. and he over here trying to compete with Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is like way up there, and you just the little guy right here thinking you can.
Right.
You can't do that. It's not gonna work. You're gonna crash and burn real quick.
Wow.
So yeah.
Well, one last question before we move forward, like in our conversation. So, moving forward, will you continue to be vegan, or do you feel like you have stepping back when you smell other food?
Oh, I'm too far in the game now. And then the fact that I shoot so much food now. I shoot so much food. I bring too much food home to the point I give it away now.
Oh, wow.
And you know how when you work in you worked in a restaurant before, right?
Right.
A long time going back to, Okay, it's like when you work for something, I look at DoorDash and all these other apps, because even to Uber Eats and Grubhub, I look at it as like working in a restaurant. And you see so much food. And it's to the point where it's like, I'm good. I'm full looking at it right now. I give away too much food. I did a shoot. I did a shoot back in December. 90 plates. 90 plates.
Wow.
At the house. The kitchen filled with 90 plates. I had to plate them. And I'm like, this is like, no, I'm good. This was for like actually a restaurant. This was for a restaurant. They called me and they said, hey, can you do our menu photos? And I was like, oh yeah, cool. Send me the whole darn menu. I had to replate all this food. And I got tired of looking at it. I don't want to see it no more. I'm good. I gave all them dishes away. To friends, family, and even my fellow new DoorDasher, my new DoorDasher friend.
Wow.
I don't think I ever will turn back, because like I say, I'm far in the cut now, so it's more. And also too, I'm vegan more for the animals.
Okay.
Because like I say, some people go for health reasons, some people go for different reasons. Me is more so health and also spiritual.
Okay.
Because I didn't even know what I was getting into, but now, like I say, I do a lot of reading, and it's more so now it's like more for the animals and more spiritual for me.
Okay.
But as for me going back, nah. And I blame that on just like taking photos of so much food now.
Right.
And then I say, don't even get me started with going into different kitchens and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah. No,
See, y'all go and grab the food. I go in the back kitchens.
Right.
I see that.
No, I know. Trust me. So me, I can probably never be vegan. I would probably lean more vegetarian. Yeah. Because I like chicken. Like I tried. This was maybe like I was in Nashville. I think maybe for a month or two, I stopped eating chicken, but I didn't replace the protein.
Right.
So I blew up. I gained weight. I thought that was so weird. I'm like, oh my gosh, I stopped. I'm not eating no meat.
What?
Like I stopped eating meat like for like a month or two.
Yeah.
But because I didn't replace it with protein, I gained weight. I blew up, and I was like,
but
my face, everything. I was like, nah. So I put chicken back into my diet, and to this day, no, I can't. For my body, my DNA, my makeup, I can't do that. But it's different for everybody.
Exactly. I can say that's another thing too. Because when I have to do a lot of researching, because not only I'm giving up meat, but of course the protein. your body do relies on protein. So now I'm giving up like a big main source. I have to educate myself on what type of protein that shall I put in my body. Because one thing I will say, there are a lot of heavyweight vegans out there and vegetarians, but there's a lot of them that eat a lot of starch. Because a lot of a lot of
cover those carbs.
Carbs is a lot of carbs. And me, I know how to cook stuff homemade. So I'm good. Like I say, my favorite go-to right now is soups. I love soup. I love a good soup. Just a nice, good soup. I'm good. If that's the last thing on earth, if I'm on death row, just give me a hot bowl of soup. I'm good.
I'm gonna DoorDash you some Panera soup in a bread bowl.
The little bread. I used to eat their mac and cheese too a lot at Panera. Oh yeah.
Speaking of Panera, they used to be good. Now it's just put together.
Microwave hospital food.
It's horrible. It's horrible. I ain't gonna lie on that one.
They were good. Back in the day, Panera was the spot.
It was. I used to go faithfully a lot.
Every time I go to Panera for everything, even those old MLM meetings with Amway and all those other cats back in the day. Have my mac and cheese, my tomato soup with some bread or something like that. I'm good.
The sourdough bowl with the croutons on a cold day. It's fall, like maybe 40, 50 degrees out. Oh my God. Just thinking about it. Okay.
Back. Panera just is not the same anymore.
Right. So let's talk a little bit more about DoorDash and Uber Eats. So can you tell us, because we talked about it a little bit, but not like a lot.
Yeah.
As a driver, how long have you been with DoorDash, and then how long you been with Uber Eats?
So as a driver, when did I start Uber Eats? I don't remember which one was the first thing I started off with. Actually, no. Can I go step outside of that box?
Yeah.
The very first one that I started off with was Postmates.
Really?
Postmates and Favor. And this was before Uber Eats.
Explain Favor, because I know Favor because I worked under them, but people who are not in Texas don't know Favor. So explain Favor.
So Favor is pretty much the Texas version of DoorDash. It's the same thing, but it's basically in Texas. And what's different about Favor, of course, they teamed up with HEB and all this other stuff. But the thing with Favor is the people already pay for their food, but also you get like this little card. It's like a little blue card, which is Favor. And instead of them, they pay, but you have to go to the cash register. You have to actually like pretty much pay.
How Uber Eats was before they contracted people.
Yeah.
So you remember we had to go pay at the restaurant?
Yes.
So it's still like that now?
I haven't done it in a while though. I
haven't done it since I left.
It's been a moment, but the last time I was doing it, they was doing it, but it's been a long time ago. Because I can say I jumped ship and went to Uber Eats and DoorDash. So but the last time I was doing it, they were doing it. But I know too, even with DoorDash, they still do like, if you want to go to Walgreens or, well, y'all got Publix out there, right? Yeah. So
right.
If somebody wants, like, I don't know, some medicine or whatever, they load the card up and then you have to pay for it. So it's like pretty much like that. But I think they may have made some changes. I'm not for sure because, of course, they got to keep up. Because right now, DoorDash and Uber Eats is dominating. Well, DoorDash for sure. DoorDash is like right there.
But the one significant thing that they do that the rest of them don't do, and it kind of remind me of doorstep delivery here when it was here in Orlando when I started in 2008.
Right.
Mandatory. So if it's a food delivery, the minimum tip, I don't know if it went up, but it was $2.
That reminds me of Postmates. A little
And then when it was, if you had to do the HEB grocery delivery, it was minimum $5 that the customer had to give you. Because you didn't get base pay. Favor didn't pay base pay or anything like that. So say for instance, because I remember one time I went to go pick up at a restaurant and it was closed. Well, you know, when you do that with DoorDash and Uber Eats, they give you half pay.
Right, half pay.
And you didn't call. You always text. It was always text with Favor.
Right,
so I'm texting. I'm like, I sent them a picture, everything. I'm like, oh, this place is closed. Do I get half pay? They were like, what?
That happens.
Don't do that.
Don't play with my money and my gas. And this before gas was like $3.
I was like, oh, okay. Like because I'm like, they closed. Like you sent me here, you know, whatever. But I think, don't get me wrong. I think that in the future, I don't know when, so don't quote me on this, audience. But I think in the future, DoorDash, Uber Eats, because it has to be either DoorDash or Uber Eats first. They're gonna go to where it's no base pay.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be tips only. And I've been saying that like 4 or 5 years ago. I've been saying that. That's where it's heading.
I mean, because they already, don't even get me started. That's a whole essay on that topic.
So wait a minute. What is your, for DoorDash, because when I left for Katie, it was close to $16 for the earn by time. What is it still that?
It's still there right now. Hopefully it'll change over time. Hopefully.
Okay. So that's what I missed when I left Katie, because it was like $15.74, $16, 16 something. Here in Orlando for earn by time, it's between $12.25 to $12.75.
Ooh, that's a big drop. Ooh, yeah, work harder.
Yeah.
Work harder.
But I think that a lot of people, they're looking at Favor, and I think they said, well, you know, no company is perfect, but if they've been doing it for 4, 5, 6 years, we're gonna try it out. So eventually, because base pay keep going lower.
But you know what else I do miss? Out of all of them apps, the one that I really got paid the most on was Postmates.
I didn't really do a lot of Postmates because it was just,
I was thriving on Postmates.
Yeah, because I started in Nashville with Postmates, and Postmates was based in Nashville.
Yeah.
So it was okay. I didn't do a lot of that, to be honest.
I guess it's just, I think it, because too, like, I'm gonna drop some gems too with y'all as well. And this is what I learned too as a photographer. And also too, just studying this stuff, just studying like maps. Depending on your location, it's either gonna be, of course, right now, the top two, Uber Eats and DoorDash. And I learned too, Katy from between Katy West all the way to, I would say downtown, it's a lot of DoorDash, but when you get more into Central, it's Uber Eats. Like, I got this down to a science. And then anything further out, have you heard of this other app called Waiter?
I did, but I never downloaded.
So a lot of country towns like Waiter.
Okay.
So it's like more of the country town. So if anybody's living in like smaller cities, look at the ones that like look at those. I don't know if Waiter is everywhere. I know they started off in Louisiana and they branched off into Texas. I haven't I've been eyeballing them before the humble beginnings. So anybody that's living in like smaller cities, look at some of the apps that, you know, you say, okay, I want to do like some more apps, some more gig apps or whatever. look at the smaller ones, because I know the smaller towns, of course, smaller towns are like mom and pop shops and stuff like that. So try to look for like one of those small little mom and pop apps like Waiter.
Wow.
I know need some other ones. I don't know what's out there because I don't live in a country town, but I've learned this. And there's another one too. I don't know if anybody does. There's another one called Chow Now.
Yes. I saw that. When I had the Square POS.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of the, integrations. Yeah, I saw that.
Right. So that's my thing. Okay. The bigger the city is DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub. And I'm going into science now. So
I can't get on Grubhub.
I love
I'm
Grubhub.
not missing nothing from what I heard.
You're not. And I don't know what's going to be the fate of them, because right now, I think if there was like a battle, DoorDash will win. Uber Eats, like I say, people still order from Uber Eats. And of course, Uber Eats will always still be there. But of course, we Uber to places and all that type of stuff. Right. So their app is going to always be there. But the number one food app that I will say is DoorDash.
I agree with that.
Except for like the country towns, if y'all don't have DoorDash out there, try. I'm reaching out to all my fellow people that lives in the smaller cities and like smaller country towns or whatever. That's what I started to learn. So try to find like a mom and pop app out there. But if DoorDash is king out there, go for it. The sky's the limit.
Yep. I agree.
So
I agree.
Yeah.
Wow. So do you do any other like package delivery like Roadie or
you guys
or I'm talking about you. Like, do you do like Instacart or something like those?
There was Instacart. I tried to, you know what? Here's the thing about Instacart. I tried to apply for them. I need to check them. I had my app. They ain't never checked my app yet. I don't know what's wrong or whatever. I ordered off of Instacart. There was another one called Shipped.
Yes, I did them. They let me go. I was calling in too much. Yeah, I think I was calling in because they would give me like 2 or 3 like orders at one time to have it delivered.
Yeah,
in an hour. Like, really?
You can't do that.
So they probably said, "Yeah, we gonna let you go because you talk too much."
You can't do that with that. You can't go into a busy grocery store, especially on a Saturday, and do some ship. No. And
it wasn't 20 units. It wasn't like 20 items. I mean, these are like big carts, 50, 60 cases of water. And you expect me to do 2 to 3 carts in and out and drop them off within an hour. Really? No.
So, this is another thing.
I still use their bag though. When I go to the store for my stuff, I sleep in their t-shirts because I got their t-shirts. So they're like my house, my little lounging sleepwear.
Hey. Right? Thank you for the stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Appreciate you. That's like me as
well.
Wow. Another story. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Before we get into like what your long-term goals will be, because I know I got to give you a part 2.
Long-term goals are like.
So, can you tell us how you got into photography and video production?
It started when I was young. I was very, very young. I love the crazy part. I never watched I watched a lot of I love old movies. But my first love was photography. I grew up as like an artsy kid. I love to draw. That's a secret hidden talent of mine. I love to draw and I love to create stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all wouldn't even think I used to play with Barbies back in the day. But now I give them to my cats. My cats like to chew on Barbies and stuff like that. So
what, the hair or the arms? Like what they chew on?
She chew the arm off. She chewed the whole arm off. I gave a new Barbie for Christmas. I went from that to throwing them to my cats. So, but
Wow.
used to make up all kinds of crazy stuff when I was a kid. I was like that adventurous kid. Like even too, like I have a scar on my eyebrow or right there from stitches because I was imagining because of course with movies, who said that very well? Stephen King, one of my favorites because I love scary movies a lot. Stephen King says we get paid to make up stuff. That's the best way to describe it. And that's how I was. I used to make up all kinds of stuff. This was before I actually turned it into a career. But it goes back to a little kid. I used to love making up stuff. I used to love drawing. I used to love just like pretending. And I remember my mom gave me a cheap little camera from Walmart. This was before like these fancy little Canons and TikTok and YouTube cameras were popular back in the day. She gave me a little camera, little bitty digital camera. The footage wasn't good, but you know what? I made it work. I made that camera work. I took all kinds of pictures with it, and I still have it on my little hard drive. You can barely see each other, but you know what?
0.02 megapixels.
Whatever, 0 megapixels. I used to take that stuff to my computer. I didn't like now I'm paying for Adobe subscriptions. This was back in the day when CD-ROMs were popular. And if y'all young, Gen Z or whatever, or Gen Alpha, if y'all watching this, because I know y'all will eventually. Dreamweaver. Yes.
I used to use Dreamweaver. Yes.
Yes, Dreamweaver. And Corel Paint Shop Pro. Now, is that Siri? No, Siri. No.
You're talking too much.
I used to go on my computer, my Windows XP computer I had a Windows XP and I had a Windows 98. But I used to pirate stuff back in the day. I was young. I used to be the queen of that back in the day. I used to have all the new Adobe products back in the day. I ain't gonna explain how I did it, but I had it. And I used to edit a lot on it. And here I am today. I'm taking photos of food. I'm editing things. I used to edit stuff in Windows Movie Maker. I couldn't get Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro was the hardest to get. But I had Windows.
It was expensive too.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Well, to me, it was expensive.
It was expensive. It would be $200 just for one program. One program.
Where's the free version?
My age showing. But nah, you had to pay for that stuff, and I'm just a kid. Shoot, I'm just a kid. My mom ain't gonna buy that stuff for me.
Right.
Mom ain't gonna buy that stuff. Okay, let me figure out how to pirate this stuff. So that's what I did on my Windows XP computer. And I used to go home every day from school, take my pictures, hop on the computer, edit that stuff, and then make it look fancy. That's what I did. Also, too, this is for people who are watching this. Back in the day, all these rules and stipulations with YouTube, it was so easy. It was so easy back in the day.
Yeah, I heard.
All you needed was 10,000 views to get your first paycheck.
Really?
Back in the day, when YouTube wasn't really popular now. It was popular. But back in the day, all you need was 10,000 views on your YouTube. YouTube owes me a check. YouTube owes me a check.
Wow.
I can't change it. When I have a video on YouTube. It's on one of my older my first YouTube channels. My very first. It's still up there. It's called Touch My Lamb Chop. That was one of the very first videos that I edited back in the day.
Really? I'm gonna look that up.
It's called Touch My Lamb Chop. It's on YouTube. YouTube owes me a check. They owe me a check from back in the day. Y'all can't be changing stuff when it reaches its views. So
right.
But I think it was between 5 or 10. But I know between those two back in the day, you be able to get your check. It ain't like that no more. We had it easy back in the day. But now it's like, X amount of followers. You gotta do all of this. I can't do that no more.
To grow it organically, it is It's challenging.
It's very challenging.
It's challenging. It is. It's I don't want to say it's hard, but it's challenging because you have so many different audiences, you have so many different personalities, you have people who, you know, only focus on like 3 seconds, and if you don't grab their attention in 3 seconds, like they're gone. You know?
I'm guilty.
So
I'm very guilty.
But before we move on, because we hitting on the 45-minute mark. No, I love this conversation. But what I can say is what I learned with YouTube Shorts. They're great to get people in to like watch like some of your long form, right? It's kind of like a little marketing tool to like get people in to come over to your channel. But now that I'm monetized, like they're worth nothing. Like literally, it's probably like not even a half a cent.
That reminds me of
you got to have 1 million views to like actually probably make $1. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not making shorts. I'm not going to focus on shorts like moving forward. I'm not saying I'm not going to make them, but I'm going to focus on lives and long form videos.
Yep. And they say you shouldn't do long form videos back then. Now you're changing it. Now they changing it to long form videos. YouTube make up your mind.
They just keep going back and forth with TikTok. That's what it is.
That's what they doing. That's what they doing to this day. But
they can have those shorts.
It reminds me too of TikTok when you was mentioning that, because TikTok is the same way. You make your video, of course, put your other social medias or whatever on there, and they'll lure you to like YouTube and Instagram and whatever. So, yes.
I don't know when we're going to do our part 2, but before we go, tell me about some projects you're doing. I think I'm going to see you somewhere, like winning an award somewhere.
Let me know what's up. I'm getting ready to go. I'm planning on trying to plot my next adventure out of the country again. But right now, I'm going to be looking to where I got a lot of collabs coming up this year. This is going to be the year of collaborations.
Okay.
The year of collaborations. I've teamed up with. This is a year of food. I will say that. Okay. More food. There's more food on my horizon. There's a lot more travel on my horizon. I'm also too, I didn't tell nobody. I know some people like to laugh at this stuff because I actually didn't tell nobody, but now I feel comfortable talking to you about it. I'm working on a coloring book.
No, that's good. For adults or kids?
For adults.
Okay.
With mental health. Because one thing I've learned about 2023, it's like, that was like also too, I did a lot of stuff in 2023. But it was just like that inside was just like, dang, I need to find a way to step outside of my what I'm used to and have like that little minute break and then come back, reset. Yeah. So I said, I might as well work on the coloring book, because also too, I used to be an artist. I used to draw. People don't, y'all take photos, y'all do a lot of food and stuff like that, but also I used to draw. So, and people know me. If you know me, you know I used to draw. So I'm working on that. So that's one of my goals that I'm working on for 2024. I don't know why I was about to say 2023. But I want to say that again, but I'm like, dang, it's already the end.
Right. It's the 5th. Like we're already 5 days in.
We're already 5 days in. That's crazy. Well,
now the thing is, we're recording on January 5th, but probably by the time they see this, is going to be like March 25th.
That's fine. I need that because I'll be back.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, they're going to be like, y'all talking about January 5th. Why is it airing? But no.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, like I said, we're going to figure out when I'm going to give you a part 2. But part 2, I want you to sketch. I want you to like, I don't know where you're going to be, but I want you to have an easel and I want you to sketch while we're communicating.
I'm going to use that. I still got it.
What?
Hey, you gave that away. It's still I got it in my little story.
I'm always giving up. Now look. I am a giver.
Yes.
I would give everything that I have, and just wait. Like these giveaways that I'm going to be doing.
Ooh, that's going to be fire.
Oh my gosh. They don't even know, like these channel members. That's why I'm trying to push the subscribers to be channel members, because eventually, I mean, I'm just getting started. I only have 3 members right now, and I'm just getting started. So can you imagine, like, when I start having more members? I'm telling you, I tell people, you better sign up and be a subscriber now, because the few giveaways that I'm doing for subscribers, it's going to be pushed to members only. Yep. So y'all better jump on the bandwagon right now. Don't wait till the last minute, because I'm telling you.
Y'all lurkers that's lurking right now, that's not liking and following, you better be following right now. If I was you, don't be lurking. Follow right now and like and share.
Yep, you better let them know and stay subscribed, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be on lock.
Yep,
it's gonna be on lock.
It's gonna be on.
But so I know that your social media stuff is scrolling at the bottom, but if in our closing, can you go ahead and say your social media and what you're on?
Okay, everybody, I am on everything. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel. But follow me on TikTok, Kirby Curves, which you see at the bottom. My Instagram is NextJJ, NEXTJJ. I don't have nothing on it right now because I'm rebranding it. But also, too, follow my food. I do post a lot in the reels because I love videos. Follow me, too. I have a foodie page called Cool Bites. I don't post recipes, but every place that I've been going to, because that's also to another thing that I'm going to be doing in 2024. Every place I go to, I'm going to take a fancy shot with my phone and post it and tag them on Instagram. So that is me. And then also too, if you want to really see a lot of my work and my portfolio, my website is too at the bottom, KirbyPixieProductions.com. If you do want to see my if you do want to see some of my old work on YouTube, just type in Touch My Lamb Chop. It's on there.
I like the name. Touch My Lamb Chop.
YouTube, y'all owe me a check.
Oh wow.
Or whatever year that was.
Wow.
Give me my money.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Well, so all right, I'm gonna go ahead and close. So I want to say thank you, Kirby, for supporting me again, coming on the channel to drop a little nuggets, here and there, and to share your experiences about the things that we just talked about. And I am going to give you a part 2. So that will happen, in the future ones, because you're such a celebrity and you got a lot going on. So I got to catch up with you. But no,
I have my YouTube channel by then. I've really dropped some jewels. But I talk.
Yes,
I talk way too much.
Also, guys, make sure that you leave comments below for Kirby if it's regarding DoorDash, because she has a lot of knowledge on DoorDash, Uber Eats, being a driver, also food photography. So if you want to get into that, maybe you always wanted to do food and wanted to do it for like an app like DoorDash or Uber Eats, she can probably, tell you what she did or whatever. I don't know. Reach out to her. Also, with video production, because she does a lot of that. She did 2 commercials for me. I'm going to invite her back to do something for my nonprofit now that I'm a nonprofit moving forward. So yeah, we just got to figure out, like the vision or whatever and what I'm going to do. But yeah, so if you have any comments for her, leave them below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, stay subscribed, because I'm telling you, it's going to be some really good giveaways and some really good videos. So again, I want to say thank you, Kirby.
For sure.
Any last words before I close it out?
To the viewers, I'm gonna be commenting on these comments, so y'all can see me in the comments when y'all ask me questions. So y'all see my page. So I'll be looking.
All right then.
Yes.
Okay.
But it was a pleasure to be here again.
Of course. All right, guys. Until next time. See you in the next interview.